Hi my love, what's up? So this video is yet again inspired by somebody's question, by somebody's comment. So this person was basically asking, what if I am manifesting my SP, but my SP is manifesting something else? So today we're gonna discuss just this, my love. What happens when two people manifest either the same thing or they manifest something different? Who wins? What happens, right? So my love, I yet again come to you with some paid actors. Today we have this and I have something else for later for you. First of all, I want you to understand the concept of infinity. Okay, this is so important. So for that, I'm gonna help myself with this. I don't even know how to call them. Like these multi-colored pens. I'm not sure if I made a video with these ones, but I know I used them somewhere. I think it was in my group. Anyways, if you saw it, my love, I'm sorry. You're gonna see it again. But anyways, I want you to understand the concept of infinity and how when we're manifesting, we're not actually changing what is, because infinity implies that all there is, but how we select different versions, okay, of ourselves, by the way. So let me make a demonstration here with the colors. Let's start with purple. So this would be the color purple. You see blue, neon green, or just green, or I don't know what the color is this. Orange, yeah, red, and finally black, but I'm gonna leave black for something else right now. So as you can see, well, the camera doesn't pick up very nicely on the colors. It's not very accurate. But for the sake of it, my love, we have all these different colors, right? So this is you. All these different colors are inside of you, right? They are not out there. This is basically what manifestation is. I pick a color, I decide over something, and then I manifest it. That's all what manifestation is. But you see, again, it comes from within you, right? Imagine this pen as being all there is, this being infinity, right? Okay, now let's introduce another person in the equation. Let me explain first with the third party example. So for example, what if two people manifest the same thing, manifest the same person? What happens? Who wins? My love, both. Like, but you have no business like with this other person's reality. Also, I want you to imagine, it's a bit complex for our minds to understand, and it's very difficult also to explain. So I'm gonna try my best. But imagine each one of us as these individualized points of view of infinity. And each one of us live in our own room, if you will. Okay? Let me symbolize you as red. You're here in your own room. And let me symbolize the other person something distinct, blue. Okay? You in your... Imagine, my love, reality as you being in this empty room with empty walls, white walls, and you just project stories on your walls. Yeah, you project the movies, you stream movies all the time, you stream the stories that you're telling to be true. In your, what you do in your little room, it's your business. You cannot experience this other person's room, right? And this other person's room cannot experience yours. So that's why it's so irrelevant. Even the question of what if me and somebody else manifest the same thing, who wins? It's irrelevant, because they can win in their reality and you can win in yours. You may think you have the whole entire person in your room, yeah, in your reality, but you don't. You have a version of them. Which version? The one that you select. Do you understand? Let's say that purple stands for third party wins. And by the way, I wanted to say this. When I say third party, my love, or when I say that you're manifesting the same thing, I can mean, you can think of same job, you can think of same person, you can think of same house, okay, anything goes. Let's say that in the purple version, the third party wins and you don't. The blue version, let's say that you win. You win. And there's no third party at all. The green version, whatever color may this be, let's say there are two third parties. My love, I cannot express all possibilities because they are infinite, obviously, right? But I'm just giving you some examples so you can understand what I'm explaining here. So, my love, which color are you picking? Who do you decide to be? Because, by the way, you do not need to reform your beliefs. You do not need to change your beliefs. Nothing. You are at a decision away always. If you know me, ever since I started yapping about this, I was the decision girl, okay? And I'm the decision and the point of view girl, if you will. Yeah? That's all that matters, literally. So, which movie are you choosing to project? And let me make this bigger, maybe. These little rooms, yeah? And let me put you here. You're here. What are you projecting? The third party, because you're the, think of yourself also, you can think of yourself as the projector, yeah? What are you projecting over your walls? This is the movie that you have? Third party wins? Or you win and there's no third party? Yeah? Which one is it? Because, my love, so 3D, I wanted to keep the black one to express this neutrality, yeah? So this is the 3D world of events and circumstances. Everything is already here. Like everything. When we say everything is here, it's here. Like everything that you can think of. The only reason why you cannot see what you want to see is because of the POV you're occupying right now, the story that you're telling, the story that you're projecting. So the 3D is neutral, yeah? And you're here. Walking through life, living life, yeah? You're here. Now, where do you draw from? Where do you draw from? Are you drawing? Are you occupying? See, I selected. I decided that there's a third party. And not only there's a third party in my life, the third party wins. Well, I project this. As long as I keep on telling the story, I keep on projecting the same thing. The moment you change your mind, you decide something else, no matter how 3D looks like. See, we already have here, like, let's say, two circumstances, two events to prove you right. That you, by the way, selected. Or hardened into fact from where you were looking from before. But the moment you select another color, you become another color. It's instantaneous. There's no time. There's no nothing. You're at a decision away. So let's say that this time around, you know what? You decided that you win. You have the thing, the person, the whatever, the job. And there's no competition anymore. So the moment you switch your perspective, your view, you started hardening this other thing into fact. As long as you stay here, you keep on manifesting this. Also, this goes to show you that already manifested conditions or circumstances do not determine what comes next. You are. If you keep on drawing your truth from already manifested conditions, yeah, chances are that the story is gonna go in that direction, right? But if you just for a minute, you decide you're not that anymore. Now you're blue. you start drawing from blue and things start revealing themselves to you. Let me show you. What colors do you see here? Maybe it's a bit different to distinguish. But mainly you can see two colors, right? This would be a more orangey kind of color and this more reddish kind of color. What if I tell you that there's a third color in there? What if I told you that there's a third color in there and you cannot see it? Ta-da! This is what happens also with realities, my love. This is exactly what happens with points of view. Because that's what reality is, a point of view. We think, nah, if I change my perspective, that's all it takes. Is that what like a quantum jump is? Yeah, my love. The moment you start looking at things from another point of view, you ain't gonna be the same again, right? You literally accessed, yeah, this how you say it? Yeah, accessed, yeah, a different reality. Do you understand? Everything is already here. We're not joking when we say that. Everything is already here, but from different perspectives, you cannot see different stuff. Look what happens if I put red on top. Now I think it's not the yellow one. No, it's still the orange one that becomes a bit visible, but look what happens if I put the blue one on. Wow, now I see everything, right? And my love, I had these colors and these filters that don't really match to make, so I can explain perfectly what I mean, but let's use these two. So look what happens when I look from this perspective. I don't have the yellow here, but think of perspectives as possibilities, as the story you're telling. Let's say that this would be, there's no third party anymore. Well, the third party disappeared. It's still there, but it's out of your life. Do we understand this? Now, same may happen for them. Because you're, my love, you're not experiencing the whole entire person. You're experiencing a version of them, a hologram, if you will. In order for this game of life to make sense, well, we are just infinity experiencing itself, if you will, from different points of view. And in order for that to be possible, we need to have complete free will. In the sense of freedom of choice and no interference from anything, any other source from the outside. So you're completely free to do whatever you want in your little room. You're gonna get to experience people based on what you select within yourself. Are they the same thing? Yeah, but they don't decide how they show up. It's you who puts the lenses on. You deciding over the color, you put the color on, the lenses on, and therefore you observe them from here. And that's why it looks like they are this way. Do you understand? So let's recap. Who wins? Who wins between two people that are manifesting the same person or two people that are manifesting the same job? Both can win, but you will never know what happens in this other person's cubicle, room, reality. Or in your reality, you decide who wins. If you say, well, there's a third party and the third party is the one winning. Well, they are winning, but not because this is universal truth. It's your truth in that moment. As long as you keep on writing your story purple, well, it is purple. You keep on drawing from the purple. By the way, see, manifestation is not about creating anything even. It's about revealing. The moment I take off these glasses, I see the yellow, right? The moment I put on something else, I see something different. I wish I had more filters like this, to be honest, to cancel other colors, but you understand my drill here, right? So my love, you're always at a decision away, and the decision reveals what was already there, but you wouldn't see it. There's more. You never change the person. You only change you. And it's so much more than enough, okay? So the other person is gonna start writing purple because you write purple. When you change color to blue. Jesus. Well, blue. Now to respond this comment, yeah, but she understood. Like what happens if I manifest my SP, but my SP is manifesting somebody else? Again, it applies just in the same way. What is your story? Because you don't know what the other person is manifesting. It's you telling a story that resonates within your room. It echoes back at you in your own empty room. You're projecting this movie on the walls of your room to have an experience. So if this is your choice, yeah, SP is manifesting. You can make this one SP a third party, not you. Makes sense? It's a story that you're telling, you don't know. But it's enough to assume something, it's enough in order to have yourself have the experience of it. The moment you change the story you're telling, things change, the movie change. By the way, what you're projecting on the wall is just a movie. The wall stays blank, stays white, right? So, again, let's see with these colors. In the movie in which, or in the story that you're telling, that you win and there's no third party and this person wants you, they want you too. But again, all of this is happening within you, in your own personal consciousness, okay, like a movie. Do we understand that? It's irrelevant what they are doing in their cubicle there. Do you understand? It's irrelevant because they also, in their turn, they also have only one version of you at a time. Only one, let's say, hologram. Do you understand how it makes no sense to try to make some techniques over here to try to change the person over there? Because what ends up manifesting is the story you're telling, not the affirmations you're saying with your mouth, not the whatever else things you're doing. Wait, it got stuck. Do you understand? Okay, it got stuck. Okay. So disregard this. The moment you change the story, they meet you halfway. The moment you say, you know what, they are not even interested in my sexual orientation. They like something else. Well, that's the keys. You select that for your own self. And if you persist, you harden that into fact. Where are you drawing from? From here, for example, saying they have another sexual orientation, which doesn't include you. Well, you harden that into fact. But also, stop being so interested in this part. I'm going to teach you how to leverage it, if you will, okay? But this part is not what matters. What matters is this part. Because this is what you get to live first. This is your whole entire reality. The story you're telling. This is just the secondary effect, if you will, the byproduct. Instead of being so focused on and chasing the byproduct, yeah, focus a lot more on your experience, because that's what makes up your reality anyways. So my love, I think I'm done for now. Remember, you never ever change the person, because everything is already inside of them. You change you change the way you see them, you change the story you're telling, and as a consequence, they start writing in the same color as you. This, do you understand? Okay, my love. Thank you so much, and talk to you soon. Bye-bye.